We're looking at a $50 trillion bond market. We're talking about U.S. Treasuries, that thing that pays you about 4% on your cash when you buy a Treasury bill or use certain apps that is in the traditional finance sector. Larry Fink of BlackRock is claiming we are halfway there to a tokenized revolution. And on this video, we're going to focus on Algorand. There's been a huge announcement for Treasury bills on a blockchain that is built for microtransactions and the new era of finance. Check out this clip.
We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities about bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we could customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stock. But if you had a tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. And so we believe this is a technological transformation for financial assets. If you want to talk about voting and voting choice and all the things, if we know every moment who is the owner of that stock and it's now time to vote, every individual who has ownership is identified and they can vote their own share.
Now let's dive into the post. Big news for Algorand and global DeFi. So the Midas RWA is a fully regulated German tokenized platform. It has launched the mTBILL, that's a treasury bill, on the Algorand blockchain, which is the first non-EVM deployment of the token. So usually things are happening Ethereum-based blockchains, but we are now officially getting one on Algorand. So the mTBILL is a tokenized access to short-term U.S. Treasury ETFs. It is backed by BlackRock's IB01 in the BUIDL fund. The BUIDL fund is a $100 million fund, and then the IB01 is the short-term U.S. Treasury up to about 1 year. It is also available to retail investors across Europe. The UK is excluded, and you know the US, we want that over here as well, easily. No minimal investment required, so you can get in there very easy. This gives everyday investors institutional grade access to US Treasuries. And then you get it obviously on Algorand, which has the instant finality, no counterparty risk, no zero fees, 24/7 on-chain trading. And talking about instant finality and no downtime, Solana goes down, Tron just went down, Toncoin went down recently. So you got a lot of problems from a lot of these blockchains. So this type of T-bill on the Algorand blockchain, okay, so 2 million USDC to the M Treasury bill. This was the transaction that everyone was tracking. The cost was 0.004 cents, took 2 seconds, fully on chain, trustless, and it was executed. Midas does not handle the execution. It's on the blockchain. And the current yield is 4.06%. So you get easy money for your cash based on the 7-day average of May 29th. Pretty solid. And obviously this is probably going to be around for a while. We got tariffs, we got bond markets that are keep pushing the prices up because people are not buying them, countries are dumping, a lot of things are happening, so cash is good. And Warren Buffett got $300 billion worth of these T-bills, so you know it's a solid thing right there. Now let's go check out Midas. Earn extra rewards for your LYT tokens and TAC tokens. So Midas is showing that they're definitely in the blockchain space. This German company is really about that life. Here it is right here. The main thing, liquid yield tokens. And the one Algorand is getting is a stable coin strategy in partnership with BlackRock and Superstate, with a TVL of almost $12 million right now and an APY of 4.0106%. On-chain DeFi, institutional grade, regulatory framework, and composability. And this is what y'all want to see. Backed by the best-in-class partners, BlackRock. What can I say? And then here on the BlackRock website, you have the iShares Treasury bond 0 to 1 year. And this is pretty much what you're getting, but on the blockchain. So you got that 24-hour access. You can redeem easily, mint easily. And if you're in Europe, you got the plug right now. Exposure to the US dollar dominated short-term government bonds issued by the US Treasury. And the US is good for that money. So this being on Algorand is a game changer. RWAs, for one, you got this Treasury bill. That's what people have been waiting for. You have the MasterCard. They're spending out in Europe right now in the pilot program. You have platforms like Lofty AI. They are selling real estate for $50 a token or $50 a share. Then you have the Travel Exes out there that is tokenizing airline tickets so they can be more efficient and usable. You have supply chain management with Lazava Coffee. You can track it from beginning to end to cup right there on the Algorand blockchain. So much stuff is happening, y'all. It's only looking good, looking better. I'm excited. Algorand is cooking. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Passive income, gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.